everybody, dear friends. Actually, it's been a while since I've made any kind of video recordings, and I must say that I kind of feel a bit rusty and not really that ready for the conversation. But now, sort of the last week, coming back from the autumn trip to a number of countries and seeing lots of families from all over Europe, I must say that I really felt that I have to sort of just express and share all the, I would say, excitement about the transitions and changes that we're seeing in the families within the ABR community and the ABR big family, and all the improvements that the kids are making. It's really, I would say satisfying to see, and I'm usually not that satisfied with our performance, particularly with myself, and it's always trying to get more and better. But in fact, it really looks like we are getting great outcomes from the techniques and methods introduced, particularly in the last, say, 12 to 18 months. And everything has been really great. The sandwich techniques, which is just like slightly over a year old, they've been really delivering massive improvements in terms of the development of the torsos, the opening of the pelvises, counterbalances, and so on. Then the introduction of this salon gait techniques for the necks has been really remarkable. We're really doing so well in terms of the head control, and so exciting to see lots of kids really developing their high quality tracking, ability to follow, communicate, alertness, and so on. So this is just one of the things. And then, the osteotapping has been wonderful. We're seeing the element that has been missing for so long, has been so difficult for so long, that even the most severe kids are starting to gain this healthy 1, 2, even 3 kilos per year of high quality weight. And then to see how the child's vitality, well-being and so on changes, and then getting all the additional benefits in terms of the movements, engagement, and so on, it's really exciting. And then also, even the smaller things, like for instance, the last year introduction of the infrared vest for the spine, that's been, remarkable success, even to my own surprise, because originally it was, as always, a kind of a hypothesis how it's going to work and what kind of the shear flow improvements within the structures of the vertebral column, how they should improve the work of the fibroblasts and improve the remodeling. But to see how clearly it was improving that sort of fine mesomobility of the spine and the spacing between the spinal processes, like this activation of the posterior vertebral ligaments, that's been really, really amazing. And as a result of all that, I really want to thank all the parents, all the families, all the kids for being part of this, because everything is based on your work. So we are teaching you, our teams are doing their absolute best, and they're really extremely devoted, and we are continuously going through the teaching and all sorts of backs and forths in terms of the questions and evaluations and fine-tuning the programs for each and every child. But still, the key point is your homework, right? It's like those hundreds of hours that you deliver into your child's bodies that actually bring those results. And you see, it's important to understand, the way that I look at it is that I see myself as a lifelong student of the changes and the evolutions that are taught by the children. I'm not a researcher, I'm not, an academic, I'm not in the position that I study. They teach us, because this is one of the fundamental things of the whole ABR approach, that we started with two big ideas. Idea number one is that it's the awe, it's the amazement and the complexity of the system, that actually we from the outside, we can never know all the intricacies and all the fine elements which are happening inside. And then what it means is that it's the child's body itself that has the greatest self-organization capacity. So we learn from this. And that's the better students we are, the more we can help. So that's a very, very simple message and idea. And the second sort of big element within this trust is to also to understand what looks as a labeled as a pathology. In reality, I don't see it this way. You know, pathology is something that you're trying to force, to correct, to like beat, transform, and so on. But in reality, what we're seeing is that clear and clear proof of a very simple idea, that the child's body as this super complex self-organizing system is always deciding this, sort of solving this complex equation, what is best, and always doing the next best thing. So, and in fact, even through this lens, even the performance of, say, a spastic muscle should be seen in a different way. It's not a kind of villain, a bad guy, a problem that has to be tackled, fought with, and so on. But to understand that the spastic muscle is just actually a misunderstood superhero. A superhero that takes the load for all the other elements which are effectively being out of the body's map. And all we are doing with ABR and all this kind of strange looking viscoelastic tools is just helping on bringing that tension-length relationship back to the body map. So helping the child to increase that body map, and once the body map increases, gets more variable, more diverse, and so on, that's where this miracle effects happen. So suddenly the transformations happen, and what was a spastic muscle is no longer the one. Suddenly we see that the child exhibits all sorts of this amazing repertoires, amazing abilities, which came sort of out of nowhere. No one could have predicted the sequence, the way, and so on, how it will work. So that being a student and learning from the children, learning from the results of your work, I think that's really the key for the evolution for the future. And I do hope that we will kind of continue to get more and better. And there are quite a lot of things in the pipelines. And actually one of the things which has been quite new in the recent, I would say even months, is the growing spectrum of the techniques and tools that we can bring directly towards the extremities, towards the hands and feet as such, and even again quite amazingly really simple tools such as the usage of the eggs and cylinders for this kind of complex wrappings in fact is bringing quite amazing results. We're having parents reporting back to us, like, well, I thought it was just kind of crappy idea, how could possibly a wrap help a sort of quadriplegic hand? And then at the same time, few weeks, few months, and we're seeing quite amazing transformations. So that's really exciting, and again I want to thank you all for that, and I want to thank all the ABR teams for their wonderful work, and they are kind of being at the front lines, being there for you, supporting you all the time. And I know that in the last few years, I must say that I haven't produced that much in terms of the written output, in terms of the outcome of the blog posts, or in terms of the videos, so kind of getting a bit rusty there. But I do think that this winter, there's just so much to sort of summarize, present, and bring, especially in terms of the before and afters, that, well, I'll definitely try my best to really, bring and share the results and the excitement with all of you. And I do hope that the next, say, the spring session is going to bring even more excitement and positivity. So, thank you all, and I'm wishing you really a good, productive work, and I'm kind of excited with the anticipation of what else your ABR work is able to bring to your kids.